Welcome into Average Joe Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave Ventura. Just kidding. Welcome into our weekly college football review show. Guys, a lot of interesting things happened last week. Some of which we called, definitely. Some of which we didn't call. Had some shockers, a lot of upsets. I think we got to lead off with the game that we caught the most noise and most flack on. That being the big preview show we did, which was LSU versus Georgia. That game got a lot of press, it got a lot of noise, and it basically went as we scripted it. I said all week Georgia was the most, I said it before the season started.
Yeah, you did.
On the season preview show, I said, the University of Georgia is the most overrated football team in the nation. Wood said it best, what are they going to do when they get hit in the mouth for the first time? All those got answered Saturday, and they got answered really quick, and it didn't take long. Woods, give me your takeaways from what you've seen in that game.
LSU jumped out to a 10-0 start, and it was over at that point. I mean, there's no doubt about it. That game was over. When Georgia went down 10-0, it was over. They had one drive there where I think Swift and Holyfield got going a little bit, and then actually Holyfield had a 40 or 50 yard run called back by Holden, and that pretty much ended the game for Georgia right there. They never threatened to come back in the game. LSU dominated the line of scrimmages like we said they would.
I didn't know it would be that easy.
It just got to be a snowball effect. I mean, you called Fromm struggling. They never did bring in Fields.
My question to you, why would you bring him in for a play? That just creates more controversy.
Yeah,
why bring him in for a play?
Well, he needed the shot because if Fromm's in there struggling like that, then
he needs a legit shot.
Give him a drive. Just say, hey man, go see what you can do this drive. But they never did that, and LSU just dominated it. Once they took control of the game, it was impressive actually to watch
Reggie,
LSU work.
You being a BAM, do you feel any differently about LSU after watching?
My thing with LSU, I've seen two different teams with them. There was the LSU that played Florida in the slump, and then there was the LSU that played Georgia this past weekend. And which LSU shows up when they play Alabama, I don't know. But Saturday against Georgia, they looked legit, and they looked like they could make some noise. You know,
they look like the Mo Les Miles, physical, strong, run the ball.
You know, like Wood said, when I saw that they jumped out early on Georgia, I said it's over. You know, I mean, it was a 10-0 lead, but still, at that point, I said it's over. Georgia's not going to recover from this.
I agree.
And I think it's going to be that way the rest of the season. We're going to see the true colors, which we all said it's about to happen. And of course, you have Georgia fans in there, and they're not going to agree with what we say, and that's fine. That's good. That's what we want them to do. We want them to go. But I hate to tell them, but they're about to get a heavy dose of reality.
Yeah.
You can't just replace those players like you've been saying all year long. They're not a plug and play Alabama. I'm sorry. It's just not the way it is. And it could be in a couple of years. I don't know. With the East getting a lot stronger, I don't really see Georgia dominating the way they thought they would.
They do got an easy schedule. I mean, pretty much considering. But
they still got to play Florida and Kentucky. Right?
Yeah. They got to play Florida and Kentucky.
The East is about to get in.
About to get real.
Yeah,
I agree. All right. With that one being said, let's go down. We're going to run through a lot of these a little bit quicker. Ohio State, a very tough struggle. Actually came from behind, 30-14 versus Minnesota. Did you watch? You get to see it?
I didn't get to see that game.
Haskins had a big game.
Man, they struggled. He had a big second half, is what he had. He
had to.
And that Ohio State's just one of those teams, man. It's just when you have a quarterback starting his first year, there's going to be a struggle. There's going to be 2 or 3 3-and-outs, and all of a sudden 2 or 3 scoring drives. And unfortunately, this time Minnesota was winning that game. What was it, 14-10 or?
Yeah, 14-10. And Minnesota had a rushing touchdown. That running back, he had 2 in the first half.
Could be the classic, just trap game, as we all say.
But now let me throw this at you. They ended up coming back and winning 30-14. Do you? Unless they put it together, I couldn't see them a threat at this point winning national title. They're going to have to put they're going to put together on both sides of the ball.
On any given day, I guess they can be. I don't know that they're consistent enough to beat Alabama.
Their consistency is what
They could beat Notre Dame.
This seems to be the case for a lot of teams this year. It seems like they're just not consistent. You know, like I said about LSU earlier, you know, you had the LSU that played Florida, and then you got this team that just beat Georgia. You know, that's a problem, man. That's something that needs to be corrected right now because everybody's getting into the meat of the schedule.
And I think, and I don't keep Wickham to come kill me when I say this, but Michigan looks like they're the ones taking off now. Ohio State looks like they're going down. But going into number 5, Notre Dame, 19-14, another nasty, grinded out.
They'll get, if they do make the playoffs, they'll get beat by the first team that plays them, and they'll get beat by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
They're terrible.
Oh.
I'm tired of looking at them.
Notre Dame, they need to be in a conference instead of playing, you know, 3 or 4 ACC teams a year. They need to be in a conference.
Well, you know,
until then, they don't need to be in the playoff.
Bro, I listen to people say their schedule's so tough. I went and looked at their schedule. I'm like, this is not a tough schedule. What are we talking about here, bro? I mean, Vandy hung it cool, man. I mean,
Michigan is by far the best team they played, I guess you'd say. What about this, dude? West Virginia getting beat by Iowa State, 30-14.
I'm not surprised by that.
the Cyclones, man, it's just one of those teams that do that.
They do that, yeah. That's
They're
why,
just like Pitt.
Yes, Pitt. Yeah, I mean that's
They're
just,
identical to Pitt. They're the Pitt of Mid-America.
yeah, they have that one signature win every year. That's why when I saw that score, I was like, I'm not surprised. You know,
usually it's Oklahoma they beat, but this year they picked West Virginia.
Yeah.
Now, this brings us to a very intriguing game that we hit on pretty good bit. And that was number 7 Washington playing at 17 Oregon. Very, very intriguing game. A physical game, actually, for once between the two. It wasn't so much of a track meet. I mean, it ended up being 30-27. Oregon won the game. But it wasn't your prototypical 45-51. You know, actually some big hitting, some good defense. 30-27.
Washington missed that field goal. Their sure-footed kicker from 37 yards, hooks it.
Yeah.
I mean, dude doesn't miss ever, and just the pressure, bro, it just changes everything.
Dude, and one thing I noticed, and I'm not making him any excuses, in that stadium over there, she's like, no.
I don't do that.
Tell her, get her over here. She can come on.
I tried.
In that stadium up there, Azoo Stadium, or however they pronounce it, what went to it, dude, it is it's a weird layout. And I noticed when I was in there looking, and I do believe it's the end. He missed the score. The end that he's kicking into, dude. Those mugs, when they're kicking field goals and stuff, they got this little swaying thing that the fans do collectively. And I seen them doing that at the San Jose game. I was like, bro, that would look awkward, dude. Because you know, at basketball stadiums, sometimes they do this little, dude, their fans do some kind of thing. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I was like, what are they doing? But then I looked at it because I was at the angle I could see it. And, dude, it really looks like yes, dude, it looks like you're either like hallucinating or something, or you're sitting here and I was like, bro, if you're a field goal kicker and you're looking at that, that's kind of tough.
Don't put
The
that
stadium's kind of weird too.
The stadium lays out. It reminds you of, there's no like upper level, like it just goes out like this. And it's kind of like the Rose Bowl is. It sits down in the hole and it just goes out. And
So it'll be like playing at Vanderbilt basketball stadium, you know, it's a raised court.
That's what it is.
Weird.
It's a weird, and I could see why people could miss field goals there. And even when I got down there, you know, Missy and I actually got down there on the field, and when you look up, and I looked up at that one end, which I'm pretty positive the end he missed on, you're sitting down, like you said, Vandy, and it's up like this. And if them mugs was doing that right there, like they do it collectively.
Yeah.
I don't know how they was doing it, dude. It would look like, I'd be like, oh, I wouldn't want to
some movies.
No, I don't want no part of that. But man, good football game, man. I mean, that shaping up the Pac-12 now. Like,
Who wants to win the Pac-12?
who wants to win the Pac-12?
They're out. I mean, they're not going to be in the Final Four now, obviously. They're done.
Yeah, you're right. All right, that brings us to number 9, Texas. Another scrappy come from behind win against
Should have
Baylor.
lost.
23-17. Maybe what did you see in that one?
Saw a team that didn't want to give up. Obviously, I think Tom Herman he's getting that program right at Texas. At the beginning of the year, I didn't see them having. I saw them barely making the bowl game, but I think he's getting everything together in Austin finally.
If Ellinger's out and that how do you say his name? Bobby Boucher. If Bobby Boucher has to come in and play, and Ellinger's out, hang it up for him because that kid he actually started 2 years ago for him.
Oh yeah,
and he got replaced by Ellinger. And Ellinger's legit. I mean, he's a legit dual threat quarterback. But you bring in Bobby Boucher and that guy, he's nowhere near the quarterback. Yeah, he's not
Got that one bar.
Yeah.
That was a really weird game, too. Like you said, they should have lost that game.
yeah.
All right, defending national champs.
Wow.
UCF 31, Memphis 30. Another. They should have lost.
They should have lost.
Woods.
Not much. I sat and watched that game. I clicked over to it when I saw they were losing. And then at the end, Memphis, after playing so hard the whole game, just wound up doing everything they could to lose the game. And that's to UCF's credit. They won. I mean, you know, and in the end, they won and
That's
kept
what champions do, right?
That's what champions do. You know, kudos to UCF and
Self-proclaimed.
yeah. Oh yeah. Kudos.
Oh.
Great win.
All right, now here was a shocker in my book. Number 12, Michigan 38. Number 15, Wisconsin 13. In my book, I wouldn't be shocked if they won the game. I'm shocked how they won the game. Dude, 38-13. What do you think about that?
I was expecting a closer game. I didn't see Michigan scoring 38 points. I was really seeing a more physical game with the way with Wisconsin's playing style. I really saw it being a more low-scoring game, maybe 21-17. Because when I think of Michigan and Wisconsin, I think of just run north-south running, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of shocked by that score. I was expecting closer.
And I thought even when they got down to like 21-7 or whatever, they kept pounding Taylor, kept pounding. They wouldn't even try to throw the ball.
I don't know. I don't know. Those teams are silly. Shea Patterson had an excellent game, but still, stat-wise, he didn't. But the 2 turnovers gave Michigan short fields, and they were able to punch it in. The defense is too good. Michigan's defense is pretty legit.
They've got a lot. They've grown as the season's went on.
And they can actually overcome the inconsistencies and terrible play calling from the offensive coordinator there at Michigan. I don't think he's an offensive coordinator, though. I think he's a wide receiver coach, actually, yeah.
I think he's a kind of a coach. Now, this brings us to the game of the week on this channel, anyway. The Florida Gators, 37. Vanderbilt Commodores, 27. Now, before we dive into this, I'm going to go tell Wood something on live on the air here. If you was to tell me before the game started, we would give up 3 turnovers that led to 3 scores, and we'd be down 21-3 on the road in an 11 a.m. game in Nashville, and then you turn around and tell me we'd win that game by 10 points, I'd call you an idiot.
Yeah, but the thing is, watching the game, Florida is just going up and down the field. We're doing everything in our power not to win. And I text you when it's 21-3. What I text you, I said we'll still win. I said we're still going to win this game. And you said we need to score right here if we're going to, and we did. Make 21-10, 21-13 before half. At no point did you really feel like Florida was going to lose that game.
I didn't.
Even when we come out in the second half and went 3 and out, you know, but we're in the fake punt, got the motor running.
That was awesome.
Oh, it was, and Johnny
Dude, he
Townsend.
could fly, dude.
Oh, and he was ready to fight too. He was.
Dude, he got up in people's faces.
Dude, how exciting was that when Mullen and what's his name went at it?
Mason.
Mason on the sidelines. But of
Dude,
course,
Grantham was the one really.
Grantham started it.
I'm not tired of talking trash.
He does. But hey, man, it was a big win regardless. I mean, how many teams can say they were down 18 and won by 10 or double digits?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not easy to do no matter where you are, especially on the road in SEC.
On the road, 11 a.m. Like he said during the game, he said, "Man, we're out here bundled up like we're playing in Green Bay. We ain't used to this.
Yeah.
It's 50 degrees. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But man, very impressive comeback, man. And Franks had a good game.
But you had 2 100-yard rushers.
Yeah,
and
2
Scarlett
100
P.
yards.
Ryan.
He almost had 100 yards receiving, P-Rod.
Yep, 90-something. Yep.
Yeah.
And, you know, actually, 27 had, 50 yards
Yeah,
rushing.
and dude, you know what I like most about that? Because he made that fumble.
Yes.
And the very next series, they put him right back.
He's right back in the game. I'm telling you, bro. You
And
watch
it starts confidence in him.
Mullins in a different league, and you're going to see it. He's on the pedestal now where people going to start talking about Dan Mullins.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially kids winning.
Oh yeah.
So I'm
Your
still
coach of the
holding
year.
up. Yeah. Still holding up. If he gets to that 10-win mark, he's going to get coach of the year.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
I do believe that. If he can get that 10-win mark.
I like Dan Mullins. He's a great coach. What he did at Mississippi State was, it was
He
great.
can bring some of that magic over here. I don't know.
He is.
All right, so Miami, dude, 13-16, they get beat by Virginia.
Typical Miami.
Yeah.
They're just not a good team.
They're
Is that not Mark Richt written all over it? though?
Yep.
That is Mark Richt. I mean,
Yeah.
how can you have these big wins and then this garbage performance against FSU, but they come back and win? So you're like, okay, that was our breather. Let's get back to doing what we do,
Yeah.
and then lay this egg.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier about, a lot of teams being inconsistent this year. They 1 week they're up and the next week they're down, and Miami is obviously one of those teams. But
It's so disgusting.
it is. I'm not.
That's
a fan
why
of,
he's not at Georgia right now.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Miami anyway. So
What are you trying to say, man? They're just not your cup of tea.
no, they're not.
I'm joking. You know the thing about Miami, though? They're not that Miami they used to.
No.
Nobody fears them.
No.
Nobody is not. Like, people Miami beat people before they got off the bus back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s and early 90s,
90s,
and
yeah.
then the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Those days are gone, bro.
Oh,
I mean, this long gone. It's going to be hard for. I can't see an inconsistent coach like him ever getting back to that level.
No.
All right, now next one. Biggest win by far this season for USC. 31-20 over 19th ranked Colorado.
Just another one of those inconsistent games in the Pac-12. Who wants to win the freaking Pac-12?
Right.
It's looking. I mean, now Oregon took a big step forward.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
But I mean,
They'll turn around and lose somebody
what about
next week.
Stanford? Right. So this is
Stanford.
It's
Yeah.
Colorado, Oregon next week.
Is it? Where's
Think
that
so,
one
I think
at?
so.
I think it's at Oregon, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's.
All right. We're gonna close the show now. There's a train wreck in Lee County this week. It's a huge train wreck, but we have a Nostradamus come on our show and predict the train wreck. His name is Mason Rule. He guaranteed not only the Tennessee Vols would win, but they would win by 10. I hate to burst his bubble. I'm sorry, Mason, they didn't win by 10. Okay? They only won by 6. But you pretty much nailed the game in all facets, all the way around that. People inboxed me, said that guy's an idiot. Don't ever bring him back on your show. He's stupid. He's just an inbred hillbilly Tennessee fan.
Wow.
He was right.
He was right.
30-24. I'm not trying to be rude to the Auburn fans, but was it really an upset?
Is Malik Willis going to come in? At what point do we see Malik Willis take over the reins?
Well, I think they need to get a play caller out.
That's
sub
the
in a
first
play
thing.
caller
That's the
first.
first
Well,
thing.
he needs to call plays for Stidham and not from. Those are plays. The plays they're running is from Malik Willis. To run.
Right.
That's the offense they're running. And if you're a good offense coordinator, you kind of mold to him, to Stidham. Stidham will be playing on Sundays, I promise. Stidham will be on Sundays. We'll be watching him playing that football.
I don't think it's the offensive coordinator calling the plays.
Yeah,
I think it
still
starts with the
think
head
it's
coach.
Yeah.
I know they said they did admit the other day that he has the power to veto any call that comes down, and that's why he's.
Exactly.
They said the first, I think it's the second or third game he started that night.
I mean, he needs to give it up. He needs to look in the mirror because he does this every time they have a season like this. He points fingers at the players, at the coaches, and everybody but himself. You're the head coach. At the end of the day, you're responsible for what happens with that program. So own it, own it, And I read an interview today by the athletic director. They were asking him questions about the state of the program, and he never. They asked him about Malzahn, and he didn't seem he didn't seem too positive about Malzahn. So, you know, they may pony up and pay that huge
I'm
buyout.
tired of people saying stuff about the buyouts because you can. Hey, we're paying McElwain and Muschamp right now to this day. We're still paying them money not to be our coach. You can pony up the money. Though.
Oh, yeah.
There's plenty of people that dislike
First of all,
him.
why do you hire? Why do you give him a raise?
Whoever gave him
For
the raise is the
regular
one
season?
that needs to be the one that's getting fired. Whoever it was. I don't know who it was. But whoever idea that was, get out of here with him.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
terrible. Well, we do got to talk about the red elephants. I mean, you guys win so easily, we don't even.
Well, Missouri had me scared for about 5 minutes when we were up 13-10. I was a little concerned, but as usual, as usual, you know.
What about some of the dirty plays?
I didn't like it, not one bit, and I said this on Facebook, and I'll say it here. I don't condone what the Alabama player did as far as throwing the punches, but I can understand why he did it because he was frustrated with Missouri playing dirty all night.
You know, twisting knees.
Yeah, they were twisting knees, and and I felt like they knew Tua's knee was bad. And I felt like they were aiming at his knees, you know. And I'm just like, you know, come on, guys, you know, you can't beat us. Don't try to ruin somebody's career because you can't beat us. You know, that's pretty low.
Kind of lost in the shuffles. Alabama's defense stepping up, playing a huge game.
I was expecting a bigger game.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, he was down his top 2 receivers, actually.
Yeah, he was down top 2 receivers. And when Tua went down, you saw the old Alabama start grinding a little more, and that actually took a lot of time possession away from Missouri. Couldn't get in rhythm there. You saw a little bit of the last 2-year Alabama there, which let Hurts throw the freaking ball. I was cheering for him to let him throw the ball, but they never really did, you know. But
He may be starting. He may go wire to wire in Tennessee. So we'll get into that later. He may go wire to wire. I'm not even joking. I wouldn't be surprised at all, but we'll get into that now. Guys, we're going to shut this one down. You guys got anything else? A lot of upsets, a lot of shaking up. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for the notifications. We're going to shut it down. It's Average Joe Sports Talk. Good night. Go Gators.
Roll Tide.